Today we're at Litlington White Horse. It's a beautiful prancing horse hill figure on the western slope of Hindover Hill, overlooking the Cuckmere Valley. And a lot of tourists come within a couple of miles here every day, thousands of tourists, but not so many make it to the White Horse, which is a shame because it's so easy to get to. It's just upriver from Seven Sisters Cliffs. In fact, a few years ago I walked from here down to the coast, and while Seven Sisters, these wonderful white cliffs bisected by the sea, gradually eroding and presenting plenty of Instagram opportunities for tourists, are just here, about 2 miles inland down the Cuckmere River. Quite an easy stroll at first, although after the pub it gets a lot harder. You can reach the Litlington White Horse, and everyone who can should walk the Seven Sisters at least once. So I'd definitely recommend, if you're coming down here by car, drive out to Litlington White Horse on the way home. It's the perfect way. You stroll down by the River Cuckmere, beautiful shallow stream reflecting the clouds as you stroll inland. And this is the view from Litlington White Horse. You can see the coast, you can see the cliffs. Like many hill figures, the horse isn't as old as you might think. The present one was actually cut in February 1924 by John Ade and two friends over the course of one night. It's 28 metres in length, 20 metres high, and it's particularly dynamic in its prancing. A lot of horses are rather static or stylised, but this one's got some movement to it. And although the horse dates from 1924, it's maintained and preserved by the National Trust. But it actually replaced an earlier figure on the same hillside that was probably cut in 1838 to commemorate the coronation of Queen Victoria. The original horse was more standing, fell into neglect, was overgrown, and by the early 20th century was pretty much gone. So it was improved with version 2.0. Who knows, maybe it was 3.0. There may have been an earlier horse here. But it's rare to see these white horses outside of Wiltshire. In fact, in Sussex there's only two. If you saw, well, hill figures full stop. If you saw our video a few weeks ago, we went to the Long Man of Wilmington. That's just a couple of miles from here. Now, it's gone by a bunch of different names: the Sussex White Horse, the High and Over White Horse, Alfriston White Horse, because the village is not very far from here, Charleston White Horse, Exeat White Horse, Jevington White Horse, but mainly it's called Litlington White Horse, and it's definitely worth a little visit. And they've worked very hard to keep these horses visible. During the war, you can see how close it is to the coast, and what a good sign it would be for bomber pilots flying over. It was actually covered in the 1930s by the Ministry of Defence, who were worried that it would be a location marker for the Luftwaffe. And as a result, they measured it, they had the dimensions. In 1949 it was repaired, based partly on the 1924 plan, but also on the measurements from the war. And they changed the shape a little bit, so only one front leg was recut. But 1949 they added a second front leg. Now it's regularly maintained, but it's a beautiful little hillside figure. Maybe it's not the most striking or the best, but I've always got a place in my heart for this one. I'd thoroughly recommend parking right next to it in the car park, so it's really easy to get to. You just come out of Seaford towards Alfriston. And if you enjoyed this very short video on one of my favourite hillside horses, check out our video on the Long Man of Wilmington, which is just a couple of miles from here and well worth combining, because these might not be the Neolithic figures that we've sometimes been told they are, but there's something unique and interesting and beautiful and striking about them. And if you enjoy visiting sites from British history and enjoying beautiful landscapes, then join us. Click that subscribe button, doesn't cost you a penny, and we go to a string of different sites, from Museum Mondays, short videos like this on a Thursday, or much more deep dive videos on a Saturday. And this Saturday we're going to be visiting a Norman castle inside a Roman fort where William the Conqueror landed in Britain. How much more historic can you get? Well, I hope you'll join us there.